Thank you for listening to Sometimes Social. We just want to warn you that this audio may contain explicit language that may be inappropriate for some audiences.
All right, here we go. Welcome back to Sometimes Social.
Hi.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Or should I say, salute. Well, here we go again.
Recording this episode?
Yeah, we're recording this episode.
Re-recording.
This episode. Because we did it already one time, and it was an absolute shit show.
Well, tell them what we're talking about.
So, today's topic is LatinX Heritage Month.
Or Hispanic Heritage Month.
We'll get into that. But we recorded one last week. Was it last week?
I feel like it's 2 weeks.
Was
already.
it 2 weeks ago? Holy smokes. Okay. So we recorded one.
No,
and then,
maybe it was. I can't even remember anymore. It was so
anyway,
long ago.
Anyways, we recorded one and we got into a little bit of a disagreement.
We got an argument. No,
Yeah.
just kidding. No, it was a disagreement.
It was a disagreement. It wasn't really an argument. We don't really fight that much, but
Only sometimes. Only yesterday when you went to play golf.
shout out to you, Rick. No, but we recorded it and it was just we were all over the place. We were kind of already that negative energy was already there, and it was.
Wait, why was the negative energy already there?
No. Well, the negative energy developed during the show, during the episode, and it just kind of spiraled out of control.
We just couldn't.
Yeah, we couldn't recover, and the editing on it was just a nightmare. And so while I was editing, I was like, yeah, just scrap it. We're gonna have to redo it.
And I think it was also that, like, I had notes, and I was trying to come in all like formal and
Right.
And that's just not me.
Or our style here.
Our style. Like, I like talk about these topics based off of my emotion.
Right.
And how just I feel about it, not necessarily like, oh, let me bring you some facts and let me tell you why.
Some statistics, yeah.
Because I mean, yes, I read them and I care for them because I want to be knowledgeable, but I'm not like one to throw out facts at you like, oh, this is why and this is what this is or whatever. I'm just like, this is what it is. I Googled it. I see it on Instagram. I see it on Facebook.
Facebook confirms.
Facebook confirms. Do whatever you want with it. But this is just, I'm just giving you the info, but.
And we actually had another podcast that we recorded in the past on a different topic where we did the same thing, right? Where I tried to come in with notes.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just impossible. We had to cut that part out. And this is more about how we feel and our feelings.
Yeah, and it's just, it's to be like just light and have fun. And because once you get into like, oh, now we got to drop some knowledge on you, it's like, I ain't that type of person to be dropping knowledge.
But feel free to drop knowledge in the comments, though.
Yeah, tell us what your thoughts are after you hear.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what our thoughts are on LatinX Heritage Month.
Yeah. So why did you want to do an episode like this?
Okay, so no, just kidding.
Sit back and relax, guys.
It's gonna be a long one, no. I really didn't know what Latinx Heritage Month was. Like, I never even realized that we celebrated this.
Well, let me kind of interrupt there a little bit because when you first said that you wanted to do a podcast about Latinx Heritage Month, I said, all right, yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. But what is Latinx? Because obviously I knew what Latino is, and so I knew it had something to do with that. But I said, no, what the fuck is the X for? Like, why is it? Is it because you're an ex-Latino?
Yeah. Oh my God, are we gonna get into that again? No. Well, Latinx is gender neutral.
Right.
So Latino is a man or guy. Latina is a woman or a lady. But for those who don't identify with either, we say Latinx.
Yeah, which makes sense.
So we say Latinx because we just don't know, and anyone can identify themselves accordingly.
And it makes sense. I just wasn't sure what it was, but now I know.
I'm glad we're not going to get into the argument again on this episode.
Okay.
I'm on Bookstagram. Do you know what Bookstagram is?
I do. I know because you told me, but if you want to tell them what it is.
So Bookstagram is like a whole community of people on Instagram that read books, that love books, that promote books, anything that has to do with reading and books. So they were posting that they're gonna start celebrating Latinx Heritage Month, and they started recommending all of these books to read during Latinx Heritage Month about so these are books to read that are about Latinx culture, written by Latinx authors, and just kind of seeing all of that, I was just intrigued, because I'm Latina, I consider myself
You're
Latina.
Latinx.
Latina. I consider my pronouns are she and her.
Gotcha.
But so I'm Latina, and actually for my work, they do celebrate a Hispanic Heritage Month, but I mean, I'm at work and it's just like, oh, it's another event going on, but I never realized what it meant until I saw it on Bookstagram. And they did like lives on, with some of the authors, and they talked about their books, and it was just so culturally enriching. Is that the correct term? I don't even know what it is, but like I just gained so much knowledge and just someone else's perspective of being a Latina or Latino or Latinx, and it just intrigued me, but it also started making me realize, like, gosh, I had no idea, like up until this year, like, I have been American, I say I'm Mexican American and all of this, but up until this year, because of, the whole Black Lives Matter movement, this and that, like, I'm not really proud to be an American sometimes,
Yeah.
But with that as well, it's like, I don't really know a lot about my culture, Yes, I know about, the basic, no, I don't want to say basic, but, what we see, like, in mainstream, like, I don't know, wheat pan dulce, chocolate abuelita, I mean, the Mexican food, like, just basic stuff. Like, I know about the Mexican Independence Day that that's how, when Latinx Heritage Month started, September 15th?
16th.
I think Latinx Heritage Month started the 15th,
yeah, you're right.
but Independence Day is the 16th, right? So I know of that holiday for them, but I really don't know what it is. Like, obviously they're independent, but I don't know from who or what, like, I don't know what happened. Yeah. And I think that's really all that I know. Like, obviously Cinco de Mayo is not really.
Yeah, baby. Cinco de Drinko.
It's not really, like, they don't celebrate that in Mexico, right? So it's like I don't know much about my culture, and it makes me kind of sad, and it makes me feel guilty that, there's so much out there that I don't know, right? And I guess that's why I wanted to do this episode, to shamefully come on and tell everyone that I don't know anything about my culture.
And shame me in the process, huh?
But that doesn't mean that, I don't want to learn.
Right.
I do want to learn, and from here on out, like, I'm committing to reading more. I know you don't like me to read, but
no, I don't have any problem with you reading. I'm completely fine with you reading. That's it. There's no but there.
I was waiting for the but.
I know you felt a but coming, but there wasn't.
But I'm making that commitment to read more about, my culture, and to read more books about, or that are written by Latinx authors, because, like, there's so much to learn.
Even past Latinx Heritage Month?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's so many books that I saved on Instagram that I want to read. Like, I'm just thinking, like, oh my God, when am I going to read all of this? Like, I have no time. And I have like this long list of books that I want to
Well, the
read.
good thing about books is that they're forever, right? Like the book will be there, so you don't necessarily have to read it right now.
No, but then the next book comes out and the next book comes out and it's just like you can't keep up. Like I wish I had like bionic reading and I'm like, okay, let's go. So that's really why I wanted to do this episode, but I don't know, do you feel shameful? Like, do you know a lot about your culture, like the Mexican culture?
I don't know a lot about it, but I would say that I know a little more than you do, probably. When I was in middle school, I was like super intrigued by the Mexican culture, and so that's when I like started listening to Mexican music, and I would watch shows like Mexican shows, and
Like
so
novelas?
no, not novelas. Like they were like comedies and stuff, and with that you get into more of like learning about the culture of Mexico. So I know a little bit more than you do, but I don't know a lot. Like I don't know enough to say that there's nothing for me to learn.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always stuff for people to learn, right? But I could definitely spend some more time learning about like the Mexican Revolution and stuff like that.
Maybe you can read a book with me.
We'll see. If they have a movie version of it, I'm in.
I don't think they have a movie version of it.
No.
But one of the books that I read, they're gonna make a show
Which one
on
is that?
Hulu, Mexican Gothic.
Oh yeah, we had a brief conversation about that one, huh? I was a little triggered there.
From the article that you
Yeah,
read.
yeah. I read an article where it highlighted Kelly Ripa as the director of that, and it kind of I was a bit offended by it because they could have took the time to, especially being Latinx Heritage Month. Excuse me, Latinx Heritage Month. They could have took the time to promote Mexican author, or even her husband who is Mexican,
Right.
and he is also the co-owner of the production company that is doing this show. But for some reason they chose to highlight Kelly Ripa, who is a white person.
Yeah.
So I was a little triggered by that. But
That
moving on.
that could be saved for another episode.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely so much more to learn, and I'm on board with that. I am also willing to make a commitment to learn, not reading. Or who knows? Maybe there's a book out there that might catch my attention, and I'll pick it up, and then next thing you know, I'm gonna be reading 3 books a week like you.
We'd just be sitting there reading, drinking our coffee.
That is your ultimate dream, huh?
Oh my god. If like reading could just be my full-time job, like I would be so down.
Yeah, so if there's
That's my ultimate goal.
if there's anyone out there that's willing to pay for book reviews, like hit us up, please.
I will gladly do it. But I think even before Latinx Heritage Month, I think we've like been intrigued to learn because we watched that show Gentified.
Yeah.
Or Gentified. We watched that in one day.
Did we watch it in one day?
Yes, remember? Like one more episode. Before you knew
smoke,
it,
what
it
were we
was
doing?
already just watching them.
Where were our
Netflix.
kids at?
They were here. They were here with us, but we just watched all the episodes. We were up till like midnight, even past midnight. You don't remember?
I kind of vaguely remember. That was a really good show, though.
yeah.
And it did highlight some of the issues with gentrification,
Right.
Which is part of the culture. Well, for us here in San Diego, because there's some spots in San Diego that are being gentrified, and Mexican Americans are being pushed out, and so that was a pretty good show. I like that one.
I just wish there was more shows that we can watch.
There might be.
That would
We
talk
just
about
don't know about
Yeah.
them. They're just not promoted as much.
Is there like a Showstagram or Netflixtagram? I don't know. Because the only reason I know about this stuff is because of Bookstagram.
Right. And then we've also done things in the past so Disneyland is really good about celebrating different people's cultures. And because we were Disney annual pass holders, if you didn't know that we were Disney annual pass holders, go back and listen to one of our previous episodes where we talk about that.
What episode number is that?
I
You
don't
see, we need
remember.
a number episode.
But Disneyland does a really good job of highlighting different cultures, and so they had certain events where, like, they had a Dia de los Muertos event, and that was pretty cool. We went up
No. Oh yeah,
Yes.
they had that. Oh, and the other one that I was thinking was Dia de los Reyes Magos.
Oh
That's
yeah.
another one.
Yep. I think they do something there too at Disneyland.
Yeah, we went to one of those
Yeah.
events. That's the one I thought you were talking about.
Yep.
That's why I'm like Dia de los Muertos, no, but they also do.
Yeah, we did go to
But
that
I
one too.
think they started doing Dia de los Muertos because of Coco.
Right, right, right. Yeah,
The movie Coco.
yeah. But the Dia de los Reyes Magos, that one was good too, where
Yeah.
they had the rosca,
Yeah.
and they sold like roscas there. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool. They
And
also
Chocolate Abuelita.
yeah, and during Christmas time in California Adventure, they also do an event at California Adventure. It's Viva Navidad,
Oh yeah.
and they have like a live band there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool too.
Oh, that's really, and they have that one Adelaide.
Yeah.
That girl Adelaide, where
Yeah.
she sings Selena's songs.
Yeah, I think she was doing a Selena cover this month at
At Del Mar, in
Yeah.
Del Mar. Yeah, I wanted to go to that.
But yeah, so we've done events that are highlighting
Our
Mexican culture.
culture, yeah. But again, that's just what like America is showing us.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So we don't dive deep into it.
Yeah. And it's crazy that like we don't really learn about a lot of this stuff in school.
Well,
Like
I
the
mean-
only thing we've learned was the missions,
Yeah.
right? And was it 4th grade? We had
Somewhere
to make
around
a
there.
mission.
Yeah. Our family actually used the same one over and over
Oh my
again.
god, you guys are so lame. I had so much fun making that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they would take you to field trips to Old Town.
Oh yeah.
That
We've
was
gone
pretty
to
cool.
Old Town too.
Yeah. See.
Oh, maybe we are. Maybe we do know a lot about
But
this, don't
it
you?
makes sense. It makes sense for that not to be taught in schools though, because we're not in Mexico. So it's.
I thought you didn't want to go there, but we
No.
can go there. What about how America, like this was Mexico first?
Sure, yeah, but it's not anymore.
Yeah, but why don't they teach about that?
Well, I mean, I would argue that it's fine not to teach it because it's not part of America. I think it's more. I think it's.
But it is part of America. It's how America acquired this land.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a good point. But
Do
I
we
think
want to get into another argument?
no, we don't. I think it falls more on us as individuals to learn about our culture and then for us to teach our kids.
No,
No, you don't think so?
no.
Okay, explain yourself.
Well, I did. Didn't America or whoever came, didn't they take the land from the Mexicans?
Yeah.
That's what I want to learn about. Like what happened. Like
Okay.
I want to know about that culture. But like the school should teach that, just like the school should teach more about, the
Jim Crow era?
is that what it is? I don't know. The whole Black Lives Matter and how
Yeah.
they want that, to be taught in schools. It should be the same thing for, like, there should be some type of that history just so we understand, like, what happened and what went on.
Yeah, I agree.
But, I mean, I do get it, though. It's like, that's not something, I guess, good that happened.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you want to expose your kids to that? But at the same time, like, I think that's important,
Yeah.
or else they're going to grow up like me. I don't know shit. But that's what I want to learn. And I have seen, like, some videos on YouTube about that. But there's just so much.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn, and I'm just like, oh my god, where do I even start?
Well, we got plenty of time, so.
Have our whole life ahead of us.
Yeah. So let's touch a little bit on the difference between Latino or Latinx and Hispanic.
The Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yeah. So because it used to be Hispanic Heritage Month, right?
Well, technically, it still is Hispanic Heritage Month.
Okay.
Like, my work still classifies it as it's Hispanic Heritage Month, but the controversy behind it, from what I read on Google, I don't know what websites I looked at it, so if they're not credible, I'm sorry. Look it up for yourself.
Yeah, don't come at us.
Don't come at us. But basically, that the term Hispanic was put on us from the American government, and it was really first used during when they first did the census. I
Right.
think it was the Ronald Reagan administration.
Yeah.
So some people are against it because it was like they're imposing that on us. But it also doesn't encompass all, like, Latin people from Latin America.
Right.
Like Hispanic is just essentially like Spanish speaking people. But like Brazil, they speak Portuguese, but they're from Latin America.
Right.
So I guess like that's the difference. But I mean, I as I was trying to do research from the last episode what we did, I mean, I got different things as far as like some people, like, they identify themselves as Hispanic. Right. Other people don't identify themselves as Hispanic. They identify themselves as Latino or like Latina.
Right.
But I think people are pushing for it to be, I don't know if there is necessarily pushing for it to be changed from Hispanic Heritage Month to Latinx Heritage Month. But they want to be, definitely more inclusive.
Right.
Everyone.
So essentially, Hispanic is someone who comes from a Spanish-speaking country, whereas a Latino is someone who comes from Latin America. So right. like someone from Brazil wouldn't be considered Hispanic because they don't speak Spanish.
That's the part I don't get, and that's the part that I'm trying to figure out.
So yeah, like Brazil, they're not considered Hispanic because they don't speak Spanish. They speak Portuguese, but they are Latinos, or they're Latinx because they are from Latin America.
Right.
So that's the difference. So where do you fall in there? What do you consider yourself?
I consider myself, I mean, I guess I would say like, oh yeah, I'm Latina, but first and foremost, like, I'm Mexican American.
So you're C, all of the above. You're Latina.
I mean,
you're Latina, you're Hispanic.
I check off Hispanic on the census, or like if they have, put your ethnicity. One of the questions is, are you Hispanic? And I put yes all the time because they don't have Mexican. But I don't say, oh, I'm Hispanic. Like, I say I'm Mexican. That's it. I did say, I was saying I'm Mexican American because I was proud of being American. But I've dropped the American. No. Now I'm to the Mexican. No. But I mean, I guess if I were to say what I am, I would be either Mexican or Latina. That's where I would categorize myself.
All right.
Would you care to share what you fall under?
So here we go, huh? Here's where
this might turn into an argument.
Here's where
Luckily, I'm in a good mood right now.
Here's where I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. I consider myself Latino. I consider myself Hispanic. I do not, however, consider myself Mexican.
Even though you're wearing a Mexico shirt.
Yes, because I am super proud of the Mexican heritage. Okay. So I'm proud to be a son of an immigrant. I am proudly embrace the culture of Mexico. I actually relate more towards Mexican culture than I do towards American culture. Like right now, nobody's proud to be American. Like, to be honest, it's an absolute shit show here. But I am American. I was born here in America. Yeah. To me, being Mexican means that you were born in Mexico. So for me, the people from Mexico are extremely prideful, right? Mm-hmm. They're proud to be from Mexico. Mm-hmm. Me claiming to be Mexican, I feel like I am taken away from those people who are proud to be Mexican. Like, that's something that they proudly embrace, and I did nothing to earn that. In my eyes, right?
But your dad did a lot to earn that.
Sure.
To earn the right for you to be Mexican.
That would be an argument against that, yeah. And I understand that, but that's not the way I feel. Like, I feel like I don't want to take away from people who are from Mexico, who are proud to be Mexican. I embrace the culture, but I just don't consider myself Mexican.
But you relate yourself more to the Mexican culture.
Yes, absolutely.
I feel like I need to like think about that, because I have like these thoughts in my head on how like I can rebuttal you on that, but I just can't like come up with it on the fly.
No, I'm not saying that my mind can't be changed ever. Like, I'm just saying that's how I feel now. In the past, have I considered myself Mexican? Sure, but as you grow, you know, your views change, your opinions change, and I just don't. I felt like I was taken away from those people, and so I don't consider myself Mexican. I'm American. I was born here in America, so that's where we are with that.
And I'm not gonna argue with you because, like I said, I have these thoughts in my head, but I think that's what happened last time, where I was like trying to explain to you, but then I couldn't like really put it into words.
Yeah, we went into like a major tangent.
We were like in circles.
We went into a geographical argument about Latin America and America,
North
and
America, South America. It was just a shit show.
But at the same time, I don't look down upon anyone who calls themselves Mexican that was born here in America.
Yeah.
Like I feel that everyone should have the ability to feel however they want to feel.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you feel Mexican, then by all means, bro. Like, if people, as long as it doesn't offend the Mexican people.
I think it's more the other way around, that the majority of us, we call ourselves Mexican, even though we're born here.
Right.
And we just gotta let you do you.
Fair.
And you be you.
Fair.
Because I think you would be in the. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys consider yourself Mexican?
So at the same time, I don't want, like, I'm not trying to be offensive, right?
Right.
So I guess we'd have to talk to, so my dad doesn't really get offended by it.
Yeah.
But he just kind of rolls his eyes like,
Yeah.
whatever, you're Mexican, bro.
Like with a big old nopal on your forehead. And, you know, I was actually talking to my grandma about it too.
About me?
About how you said that you're not Mexican.
Well, thanks.
No, but I told her the argument that you were making, the geographical argument that, you know, we had last time about that. Well, you were in North America. We're in America.
Right.
And then Latin America. And she actually agreed with you. She goes,
Yeah.
Pues sí, you know, somos americanos. We're all American. Like, we were all born in America. Like, Mexico is in North America, right?
It's not even Central America. It's North America.
It's North America.
Yeah.
So she agreed with you. But, I mean, she wasn't, like, agreeing that you're
Did
not
you argue
Mexican.
with her like you argued with me?
No, hell no. But, I mean...
Did you tell her about me not saying that I'm not Mexican?
Yeah.
And how did she feel about that?
Well, I told her why, and she couldn't, like, you had a good reason of the geographical location. She goes, pues sí, somos americanos.
But
todos.
It wasn't just...
Like, even her, like, she's like, pues sí, I was born in North America.
Yeah.
Because she was born in Mexico.
But it's not just about the geographical. Like,
right.
Did you tell her about the whole, you know, taking away from the pridefulness
No,
of
I
Mexicans?
didn't tell her that.
So,
I didn't remember all that. I was just concentrating that you didn't want to be Mexican. No, just kidding. Not that you don't want to. That you didn't consider yourself.
so I would be interested to hear her thoughts on that part of the argument where it's like it's kind of taken away from their pride, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't think you're taken away from the pride. And I feel like the word that you used earlier, relate, like you relate more towards the Mexican culture.
Right.
I feel like that is the key. Like, if you relate to something, like, why can't you be part of that? Like, why should you, like, take yourself away from that or feel like I can't be part of that even though you relate to that? That's like, you know, how we talk about, people who are gay or lesbian or transgender, like, they relate more to being either a man or a woman. Like, why can't they be that?
Sure. Yeah, but to me, Mexican is not a culture. To me, there is a culture within that, but to me, it's a nationality. And so
We're getting into is running in circles again.
No, not at all. This is completely different than last time. So to me, it's
because I'm in a better mood.
To me, it's a national. So it was your fault last time. Is that what you're saying?
No, you put me in a bad mood last time, but I'm just in a good mood today.
To me, it's not. So Mexican is not a culture; it's a nationality, and that's why, in my eyes, in order to be Mexican, you have to be born in Mexico. Whereas you
For
can
me,
still
I see it as a culture.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I mean, you know.
Maybe we just need to read more books and learn about this.
There we go.
That means you'll read with me?
I will commit to trying to read a book. But every time I start to read, I'm like, done.
Okay, you'll get past that.
Yeah.
I was the same way when I first started. Like, I would get so tired and sleepy. But after you have, like, a few books under your belt, like, you're just, let's go. Let's do this.
I don't know.
Because
I've watched thousands of movies and I still fall asleep during them. So how do you explain that one?
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Touche. Did you know that my first language was Spanish?
So was mine.
Like, I spoke nothing but Spanish.
Me too.
But I spoke more Spanish. I was just kidding.
I spoke better Spanish.
You probably speak better Spanish now, too.
So, that's where we are on the whole Latino or Latinx and Hispanic. Let us know how you guys feel about that. We're interested in hearing different point of views. Maybe I changed your mind and maybe you're going to stop considering yourself Mexican now. I doubt it, though.
I doubt it.
People are going to come after me.
And, well, I guess I always want to, like, invite people to the show.
Yeah,
like,
do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, but...
Invite people.
Or it has to be your friend.
It doesn't have to be. We can set this up at some remote location.
All right.
And we have everything. Everything we have here can be, well, except for the lights, I guess. But we'll find somewhere that has good lighting.
Yeah, like, I would love to hear someone else's point of view as far as the whole Latinx, Hispanic, or even just, the politics of the whole Mexican American culture and how they feel about it. Because, I mean, I essentially just want to learn.
Right.
So I would love to hear someone else's opinion on what they think about it.
Yeah, we're even open to doing like an Instagram live where we can have
that'll
somebody join us on that.
Yeah.
Reach out to us. We're willing to do that.
We want to be social. Sometimes social.
So let's what do you say we end this on a happy note? Yeah. Not that any of this was unhappy, but
I think we kept it pretty light.
Yeah. So let's talk about our favorite Mexican foods. Yeah. So how are we gonna do this? Do we want to break it up like favorite breakfast, favorite lunch, dinner?
Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay. So you go first.
We should like do it together to see if we like are in sync.
Okay, so what are we doing first?
No, because I know your favorite breakfast food. We should try to guess each other's breakfast food.
Oh, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I know yours.
I know yours too.
I feel like we need whiteboards. We're gonna play like the newlywed game.
We have a whiteboard. Do we want to do it?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess that your favorite breakfast Mexican food is chorizo.
Con huevo, yes.
Yeah. Chorizo con huevo with pan.
Birote. Pan birote. Yeah, okay. And a side of Coke. Yeah, Coca-Cola.
But we don't always have birote, so it's
pan de barra.
Yeah, pan de barra. So what is mine?
Chilaquiles.
Yeah. My favorite is chilaquiles, and so actually we were having breakfast at my dad's house. We stayed the night at my dad's house a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago now. And we were having breakfast at my dad's house, and I was the only one that was eating chilaquiles. So I made sure that everyone had their food. Me and my dad made breakfast. We made everyone's food, and I made my chilaquiles. But I wanted my cheese to melt, and so I put it in the microwave first. But the way my dad's stupid microwave is set up is that it's like high.
And then it opens
down, yeah, like an oven kind of.
Yeah.
And so when I went to go put the plate into the microwave.
A paper plate, yeah.
I hit the lip of the door and spilled the chilaquiles. And it had a egg on it. Yeah. And spilled chilaquiles all over the damn floor. And their kitchen is brand new.
New floors, new everything.
Man, Paulina probably wanted to kill me.
She gave you the death eyes.
And I was so mad because I had spilled it. So I had to remake the whole freaking food or remake the whole plate and eat it. So let's see about lunch. I am gonna say that your favorite Mexican lunch is.
But lunch and dinner is the same thing for Mexicans, I feel like.
Okay, so then, dinner.
Okay. Okay, lunch. What do you think my favorite lunch is?
Carne asada fries.
Ooh.
Is that not what you had in mind?
No, that's not what I had in mind.
What did you have in mind?
I didn't even think of anything. thought about these before we recorded that.
Yeah, we're going right off the fly.
I think I would have to, I agree, that would be lunch. I don't know what your lunch would be, but if we're going to go off the theme of like taco shop lunch, you always get a burrito de adobada or some carne asada tacos or birria tacos.
Beef taco. I guess I fluctuate there. Yeah, I guess I didn't think of lunch either.
You see?
I went straight to dinner.
I told you because for us, like, I mean, we eat carne asada fries for dinner too.
I went straight to dinner, but that's not even really like authentic Mexican, right?
Lolitas is authentic Mexican.
Okay. I mean, they don't
You
have.
don't sound so convinced.
Well, because they don't have any Lolitas in Mexico, so.
Okay. What would you say your favorite lunch is then?
Probably
Carne asada fries.
yeah, no, burrito adobada probably.
That's fine.
Yeah. So let's go to dinner then.
Wait, let me think what my favorite dinner is.
Okay, I'll take a second to think about mine too.
I don't even know. Oh, okay. I know what my favorite dinner is.
You know what your favorite dinner is?
Yep.
Okay, I am gonna guess that your favorite dinner is carne con chile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, carne con chile.
Which I'm gonna make tonight, actually.
Yeah.
So, what would you guess that my favorite dinner is?
Mole.
Dude. Hey, we know each other so
We're
well.
in
We
sync.
win the newlywed game.
And we're not even newly. Oh wait, we're still kind of newlyweds.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
still
been
fresh.
2 years.
It's still fresh. Yeah, so I think that's gonna wrap it up for us today. You guys go ahead
I want
and
to talk more about our favorite food. This is fun.
you go ahead and leave us a comment on your guys' favorite Mexican food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you have lunch, if you thought of lunch.
Yeah, because we obviously didn't. And this episode was so much better than their last one. The last one on this topic was just.
The last couple ones we did, because we did another one after that where the energy was just dead on that one.
I think I had cabin fever. I just needed to get out. Thank you for taking me
and
out
I took you
yesterday
out this
and
morning
today.
too, so that explains a lot. But anyways, we appreciate you guys listening. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification
On YouTube.
Yep, so that you are notified when we post a new video. If you are on any of the listening platforms, please also subscribe there and then leave us a rating and a review. We would appreciate that.
On Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.